Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, and let me tell you, the season is just getting underway. We've had some great weeks of wind, and with this late spring, we know it's been a little bit late, but the winds are kicking in. If you don't have them where you are, head down here with us and do some riding. Get enrolled in one of our lessons or anything else. Now, this week's lesson and video, what we're going to be talking about is safety. Safety as much as possible. There's a lot of little products that can help you in your safe side of getting out there and riding. Now, one of the #1 things that I see so many people get out there and do is they're riding without booties. When you are learning, definitely going to want to have booties. If you travel to somewhere you've never been before, take some booties with you. This is one of those small protection items. If your foot gets cut, you're out. You're not out there having fun. You got a big cut in your foot. If it's from a rock or an oyster or anything else that could be underneath there, this will give you enough protection. O'Neill or Rip Curl have them nice, real thin, just for protection, a 2mm type bootie. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the leashing of your board. Now, a lot of people are curious about how they can get back to their board a little bit faster. The gojo, these are really nice, easy to travel with. They deflate down, easy to put onto your board and take off, but it'll keep your board upright as well as it'll allow you to see it and the wind to grab it so it doesn't ever want to turn completely over. So if you want to try to learn to get back to your board without a leash, this is the way to go. Now, if you do get into the leash side of things and you're curious about it, we have the Oceanus Reel Leash. Now, these reel leashes are really nice. If it's something you need, the current pulls your board away or waves or something like that, the reel leash is a really good item. It doesn't spring it back at you. It just has a slight load to reel the leash back in and makes it very simple. A board leash situation, if you need one, that's the way we recommend to go. Now, another item I've seen, I've gone out to the park and I've seen people's leashes. Now, they've never replaced these. They've got these old leashes, kite leashes, and they do not check these carabiners. If these are rusted out or corroded and they stay open, I've seen these things falling off the hooks or the safety connection to your kite many times, and I'll walk up and I'll check it out and say, you need a new leash. Take care of these. These are a great price. It's something you should have. They last you for a long period of time, so don't hesitate. Just check your gear. Make sure to check your slide release. I've seen these get locked up with sand in here and no one's ever checked them. Clean them out inside of these slide releases. Make sure that they will slide easy and release and have no problems at all. But so if you need a new one, just get a new one. It's a very small investment in safety. The other thing is a kite knife. People see these. They come in a lot in standard in the Dakine harnesses. Slingshot has some of these, and there's a few others out on the market. It is something I highly recommend, too. These are great pockets in the harnesses, especially in Dakine. They have them on both sides and in the bar pad on the spreader bar, and it's a really nice item. If you get tangled up in the lines for any reason or somebody else's lines, you've got it there to get rid of. I wish I would have had this one time when I was out there and had the lines around my feet. I would have cut them as quick as possible. So it's something I always have on my harness, I'll tell you that. The next thing get into is impact vests. These have gotten so comfortable and so easy to wear. An impact floaty type vest is something I highly recommend. If you get out there and you're impacting the water, impacting your board from falling off of it, it can save your ribs. I've had more than a few broken ribs in this sport of playing around, and if I would have had one of these on, it definitely would have helped me a lot. So I highly recommend it. They are definitely gotten a lot better. That's the main thing, is the comfort of these things. They don't ride up anymore. They're really stretchy and really snug on your body. Now, another thing that's most important is your head. Let's get into the head side of it. Helmets. They've gotten very, very comfortable and easy to wear nowadays. They're very lightweight. The foam inside is very important. Do not get the skate type helmet. The foam inside will absorb water. A water type one does not. It's a sealed foam and it does not take any of that water in. The other thing is ear flaps. Everybody goes, well, I don't need them. It's not cold. They're not for temperature and cold reasons. They're for keep water from going into your ears. I've seen busted eardrums, people impacting the water, and the water pushing in on your eardrums, and that's what these are for. It's just a very slight, keeps the water from directly going into your ears. Anyway, there's a lot of different options helmets. These are shred ready. I really highly recommend it just because they're not all advanced. They're lightweight, they're simple, and it's just something you put on your head, you get used to, you have no problem. Next is your eyes. Let's get into eyes. Polarized glasses, when you're out there on the water, some people say, I don't like them. I don't think I will. I just like to be open and free on my eyes. Well, if you're out there for hours, eye protection is very important. These are polarized. I use Rain-X on mine. Riding without them now is really weird. It stops all the water from shooting right up into your face, and keeps that sun directly out of your eyes. We have more than a few different models of these that are fantastic, and once you get used to them, I said, it's going to be hard to be without them. Other little items are, I get out there and how many people have I had? Hey, do you even know what the wind is doing? Carry a wind meter. Once you start using numbers, no one was at the park the other day, and a guy was standing there, and I was hoping he was going to go ride, and I was asking him why. He says, I don't know what kite to ride. So getting a good judgment call of what the wind speed is when you're out there and understanding if you're in a place and you don't know, it's definitely safe side is to know what kite you should be riding, and these things last forever. I've had one of these for so long, it's crazy. Waterproof, everything. There's a bunch of different models. These are the Explorer 1s. Definitely the most popular that I recommend and sell. The next thing is all you office guys and the people who don't get to get out there and ride all the time to build up calluses like some of us down here, gloves. These are sailing type gloves. The wear and tear on your hands. I've seen blisters peeling off of hands and everything else. These will help you out. They're very comfortable, lightweight, easy to travel with. Hey, if you protect yourself, who cares what you look like? This is what you need, and it's very nice to take if you're out there for many hours. That water gets your hands soft. Last thing, more than a few times I've ever seen, is people coming in and no one else is there to land your kite. Well, what are you going to do? Get a self-launch tool. Have this in your bag no matter where you go. There's also the sand anchors that we have that anchor your kite down. A fantastic item. These are things you can pull out and use if you need be. So if you're out on the water, everybody's gone, make sure you got your self-launch tool anchored up to a pole, a bumper of some sort so you can get your kite down safely. I caught a guy doing that again the other day at the park. He was standing there, didn't know how to bring down his kite. The wind was blowing pretty close to 30 miles an hour. If you would have had one of these tools, he could have got his kite down safely. So be prepared, keep yourself safe, and let's have a fantastic season this year because I feel the winds are going to definitely blow. We got the drought coming, so come on down south. Let's get some high winds and come on down and ride with us. That's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com to educate you so you spend more time on the water.